Hearthstone patch 33.0.3 is set to be one of the biggest patches in Hearthstone's history, with 29 cards being buffed or nerfed, and a card being unbanned in Wild. So let us have a look at the patch notes for the latest patch. Okay, we have the dev comment for the Hearthstone update. With the launch of the Lost City on Go last week, our primary goals for this patch are to infuse power into several of the new cards and tone down some older decks and early outliers. We're doing buffs earlier in this expansion cycle. As you can see from the early data that many of the new cards are not meeting expectations, and nerfs alone won't result in the changes we want to see. Very reasonable comment, though it has been 10 days since the expansion was released, and we've had a pretty bad meta overall. Very unbalanced. Quests being like 20 to 30% win rates. Basically, Murloc Paladin and Low Druid are like warping the meta a lot. So let's see what they've changed. We have Low going from 7 to 9 mana, 2 mana increase. So this is kind of like a Dungar Druid treatment or something like that. Because like getting this out on like turn 5 or something with New Heights was way too early in the game. You could play Ceaseless Expanse like literally turn 4, turn 5 that early. Bullhog, definitely one of the strongest Demon Hunter minions, but maybe not quite the deserved nerf target because we do have a couple of the other Death Rattle minions that could have been nerf targets. We have deal 2 damage to the lowest health enemy, which definitely helps the new quest Demon Hunter shine. So this will definitely help quite a bit. Definitely goes into that deck now. We have Stockpile Spear losing a health, going to 1-2. Ever Burning Phoenix is now a 3-2, and it returns this to your hand at the end of your turn. So this is kind of like a Dreadsteed nerf treatment. Back when they nerfed Dreadsteed all those years ago, it would resummon onto the board at the end of your turn. So this returns to your hand at the end of your turn. And it's also now unbanned in Wild. Aegis of Light, basically nerfed to 2 mana, he summons a 2-cost minion. Hot Spring Glider, basically reduces the mana cheat. Still a very strong card at 2/4 stats for 3 mana. Gains a Divine Shield on a Kindred activator. Blue Road Buccaneer expected to lose 1 health. That's fairly reasonable. Now this can die to like a Frost Strike, can die to Corpse School, can die to all sorts of 2 mana deal 3 spells. Guiding Figure goes up to 3 mana. Doesn't change any of its stats. Fair enough. That way he doesn't get summoned so easily from the Starship piece. Murmur now only counts the first Battlecry minion you play each turn. That costs 1. So it's still 7 mana as well. So I guess they wanted to remove this combo potential playing like multiple high cost minions for 1 mana that also had some effect in Wild, I think. Brain Masseuse losing a health, fair enough. That 2/4 is basically one of the best 1-drops ever in the history of Hearthstone. Wilted Shadow, basically a 6/7. That doesn't change anything. I guess it does change a little bit because you had the combo deck with the bandages where you could play bandages on your opponent and then like you just OTK them with like 6 or 7 attack multiple times at your opponent, but now it's 6 attack. Still, I think this is still a really good card for that deck. Rain Gill going up to 3 mana, 3/2, which is fairly reasonable. Menagerie Jog goes back to +2/+2 for 3 random minions of different minion types. And so that's all the nerfs, and then it will be eligible for full dust refunds for 2 weeks. following patch 33.3 release. Let's look at the buffs now. The buffs, Quest Priest, basically you need to cast one less Holy Spell and one less Shadow Spell to get the reward. Reanimate Terror is spend 15 corpses. I still think this is not that good, even after the buff. Death Knight quest definitely needs more help. Also, this Shaman quest, yeah, it's a bit of a buff, sure. And I guess this now has Rush, the quest reward, which is interesting. Definitely helps because it will adapt. It'll adapt twice, and then you can rush into a minion immediately. Shock, basically, you just discover an 8, 6, and 4 attack beast on the request reward for Hunter. Gives you more choice in which beast that you can get. Titanographer Osk just gets bumped down in mana and bumped down in stats. Still a pretty crappy card, I'd say. Though it can sometimes be quite annoying if you get like the Yogg Titan ability that steals a minion. Master Dusk, basically 3 mana now, and it's 8 armor plus 3 armor plus on that. Quite interesting, but like the quest itself was probably one of the worst performing cards in the expansion, like 20%. Opu now has stealth. Yeah, hey, the unseen, hey. Underbrush Tracker is going down a mana. Still, this card might be good if the archetype is good, but I don't see it changing too much. The Warlock quest is now play 5 temporary cards. Seems much more reasonable now. And the reward is only 3 mana, which, oh, that's quite a bit. I think Warlock quest could be good now. Well, good as in 40% win rate good. Toru goes down to 8 mana. Still not that good of a card. Goroshi Wasp loses the health, goes down to 5 mana, and now has Rush. So that means immediately you can attack and get a 1-cost Stinger. So that's definitely much more playable than before. Unleash the Colossus goes down to 12 times to deal exactly 2 damage to enemy on your turn. Cloud Serpent is 3 mana 3/3. Questing Assistant is now deals 3 damage to an enemy minion. So not 3 damage by itself to any target. Alright, and we got some Battlegrounds updates. Let's check the bottom of the patch notes. We've got arena updates. So Dozing Dragon, Nest Matron, it should be. Troll Gentosser, Voronite Recruiter are reduced to appear less frequently. Some Librams, Camouflage Mount, Patrick Pals, Cycle, Brasswing will appear more often. Very minor changes. And some bug fixes. For example, Hamuul Runetotem's effects can no longer be stacked in your deck multiple times. Which definitely means when they had that Tavern Brawl where you could put 3 Hamools in your deck, it would stack 3 times of the hero power. You can't do that anymore. So that'll be quite interesting. And yeah, that is the patch. I think some cards could still be getting more balanced changes. We'll have to see how well the quests do, but a couple of the Murlocs for Murloc Paladin has been toned down a lot. Low has been toned down 2 mana, more expensive. I think they've played it a bit safe overall with these nerfs. They could have probably done way more powerful nerfs than this, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Is Hearthstone saved? Well, we'll have to see, because they keep making bad decisions. I didn't really talk about them, but if you'd like me to talk about them in a separate video, I could do that. Just let me know in the comments. But other content creators such as Zeddy, Brian Kibler, Clark Hellscream, and Regis Kilburn have released videos on those, so you might want to check them out. Anyways, this is Jonas here, and I'll see you next time.